We are back. Tattoo Warriors Season 2. Are you ready? Extremely competitive competition, nothing you've seen before. 25 amazing artists tattooing for 3 days back to back. 30 hours, one project, and only one winner. $5,000 and the Tattoo Warriors Trophy.
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. Watch me do a full leg sleeve in 4 days. So with that being said, let's get this day started. Let's go. We just got here to the restaurant here. It's called Otro Cafe. I really love this restaurant because a lot of my clients, they come from out of state. So the reason why I like to bring them here, it is because they get to taste authentic Mexican food. And I feel like the way you explain what you wanted is very interesting to me.
I couldn't find like anything online when I was looking at
I know, like, it's complicated.
It's like they got like the theme, but not like the same like historical type of thing.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I think a lot of people confuse the Roman Empire with the medieval times and the Renaissance, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like we got to be able to separate them and figure out what that era means.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. After the consultation, I feel really excited to do this project just because my client gave me so much freedom to customize and he was really open to my ideas.
Yeah, consultation was great. Super friendly, super chill. You know, walked in, it was like you were friends from the get-go.
I'm ready. Every time I'm about to start tattooing, I feel like shadow boxing for some reason.
Like I'm thinking
Coming in day one, I already have my stencil ready to go. It looks clean, it looks very simple. And the way I'm gonna place it on the outer calf is I wanna make sure that the knight is gonna look like it's coming from behind the calf, so it gives it the illusion that it's facing forward. Once I was placing the statue of the lion on top of the knight, I was a little concerned about the kneecap just because the knee has a lot of bumps, so I was worried that it was gonna change the feature of the statue. Thankfully, it didn't, and everything looks nice and symmetrical, and I'm really happy the way it looks. I'm also really excited because for the whole entire project, this whole leg sleeve, I'm gonna be using my ink set created by Dynamic, which you can purchase it Dynamic website, and they'll deliver it to you, and it's by two. It has two different bottles, black and white. It is the perfect combination between a thin black and a super thick white. So whenever you mix them together, it just creates the perfect mixture to do cover-ups, to do black and gray, to do true grays, to do gray wash, and you can incorporate it with whatever style you want. We're gonna get started with this outer leg sleeve. We got the stencil ready to go. It looks amazing. I like the way it flows on the body. All I gotta do today is just cruise through this front of the shin area, work the whole calf, and then hopefully I can continue on to the top. If not, it's okay, I got a second day. Was it how you expected it to feel?
So far, I mean, I was like, I kind of forgot what it was like to be poked by a tattoo needle, where it's like it's just a deep cat scratch. I'm semi-nervous, but not really, because I feel like I have full faith in Kevin, full trust in Kevin obviously I watch his videos and it's like, oh, he does this to manage the client's pain and manage their energy levels and manage things like that. So I think most of my worries, because like I said, I already have the arm sleeve, so I'm used to tattoos. My nerves just came from pain.
The way that I'm gonna be approaching this project is going back and forth with my black and white so I can give the helmet and the statue an effect like if it's metallic and stone. The needles that I'm gonna be using for this, it is a 14 round liner, a 9 curve mag, a 7 round liner with my voltage of a 5.0, and I'm gonna be doing it all with my scribble technique so I can really give it a nice texture to it. As soon as I started this project, I knew it was going to look amazing just because for some reason his skin was very hydrated, and it's hard to explain, but sometimes you get this specific skin where it just soaks the ink and it's not hard to pack. So I'm just flowing, I'm going with a nice rhythm, and I'm moving kind of fast. I have my 14-mile liner here. And my first approach, it is to do my solid black first before doing my gray tones. So here it is, just very lightly. I'm running it at 5.0 voltage, and I'm using my flux. I'm just gonna outline a little bit of this part of the helmet just to kind of just have it there. Separate it as much as I can, and with the pressure of my hand doing the scribble technique, I am gonna put more pressure on some areas. I'm probably gonna do longer strokes in some areas, and you can already see the result. I'm gonna be adding my grays. So now I'm gonna start adding my grays here, and do the same exact thing like if you were doing the black. And spread it out. Beautiful. And that's exactly how I'm gonna be doing the rest of the helmet. And you'll see the results at the end.
Yeah, feeling good. Still got my energy. Pain-wise, like I said, I mean it hurts, but it's just that deep scratch. It was more when we took the first break and I started to walk, I had a little bit of a limp because I was like, oh, it's kind of stinging a little bit. So I think it's more gonna be just the continual little stinging as the day goes on.
When I started doing the statue of the lion, I knew that I wasn't gonna finish it just because it was getting a little too late, and I didn't wanna just push through it because I wanted him to go home and rest so I can make day 2 the long day. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start the bottom of the jaw of the lion and finish the rest of the lion day 2. Day 1 was amazing. It was very easy, super fun. I had a lot of great conversations with him. We were just joking around. We got very comfortable. So that also allows me to work even better because my energy levels are up. I'm very hyper all day. My adrenaline is 100%. It's day 2, ready to complete this outer sleeve. I finished the piece on a perfect area so I can be able to connect it without a problem. For the top of this piece, I'm gonna be doing a Gothic architecture because of the medieval times. That's the one thing that they created around that time, around that era. So I really wanna make sure that this is on the thigh to give it that illusion that the architecture is on the top. Then we have like a statue of the lion to connect it to the knight.
Yesterday was, I think, 7-ish hours, I think, under the needle. Today we have to get, past that knee and all the way up that thigh. So I think today will probably be, I'm guessing, at least an over 8-hour day.
I love the placement exactly where it is. I do feel like this area is a little too empty. So what I'm gonna be doing is printing out some sort of frame that can go around this halo of the lion so I can eliminate all this black, and instead of just having just all one tone, I wanted to have at least some dimension in it of the architecture.
Today is kind of like the back of the knee, then up that thigh. I think this weekend, next few days, that back of the knee and the knee is gonna be really sore when I bend my leg and things like that, because that's really where I feel it. But while it's getting done, I just, I sit and take it.
When it comes down to the architecture, definitely got to be super patient. The most time-consuming part of this, it is outlining every single thing of this, the whole window. Just because it has so many lines, it has so many intricate details. Once I'm done with the outline, it's gonna be super easy and I'm gonna cruise right through it. The needles that I'm gonna be using today, I'm gonna be relying more on my 7-mile liner, my 14-mile liner, and a little bit of my 9 curve mag. When I'm taking this approach, I'm not just going in blind. What I'm doing the day before is I'm studying every single reference and trying to memorize it as much as I can so I can make sure that I have something to remember and make adjustments as I'm tattooing. So today we're going to be working on the inner sleeve. We've completed the outer sleeve a couple weeks ago and we let it heal so we can go back in and finish the full sleeve. And today we're going to be doing that. I'm going to start with the calf on the bottom of the sleeve, and then on day 2 tomorrow we're going to be doing the inner thigh. On the bottom of this project I'm going to be doing Dr. Plague because I feel like it is a big part of the medieval times, the Common Era. So I feel like it's gonna tie in with the whole entire theme, and plus Dr. Plague looks amazing on any placement, any project, so I feel like it's gonna complement the outside. I think one of my favorite things about not using the reference is the fact that I have a lot of creative freedom to do whatever I need to do to make the tattoo look amazing. First thing that I want to do before attacking the beak of Dr. Plague is doing everything around so I can get a better idea on how bright I can make the mask look, because if the mask looks dark and then the background is dark, the whole piece is gonna look like a blob of ink everywhere. It's not gonna have the contrast and the highlights on the right areas, so it's not gonna stand out. You turn it this way?
Now I'm stuck.
Ooh, that transition is super nice. Love the way it just transitions smoothly to the other side.
It does transition, right?
Yeah, you can't even tell where things begin or end.
No, which I'm surprised, because I thought I'd be able to with just the age of the ink.
As I was tattooing the beak of Dr. Plague, I noticed that it is really bright, so there's no need for me to add white highlights to it. So it's definitely gonna save me a lot of time. So I'm gonna focus a lot more on the contrast rather than adding white highlights on this area. And I'm starting with my cover up black. And like I said, I'm not diluting it. All I'm doing is using the scribble technique with the 5.0 voltage. And before I continue moving down onto the beak, I'm gonna show you how you mix back and forth with your black and white. So I have an ink cap here that it is black and another one that's white. So all I'm doing is dipping into my white to create a different gray. And there it is. You're gonna get like a nice 70% right there. And I keep doing the same thing where I go back and I dip it in my white to create a different tone. And look at that, amazing. So I have here like a 70%. Let's just say I wanna, as I get closer to this line, I want like a 20%. I go to my white and there it is. Look at that. Look at how fast I can transition between tones. And I can go back in and give it a different tone, make it brighter and brighter and brighter. I can even get to 10%. Look at that, beautiful. And if you guys want to purchase the ink set, head over to dynamic.com and you're gonna find it there. They'll ship it to you.
Lower leg was not as bad as I thought. Pain was not as much. Still a lot of energy, still good to go. I was actually ready to keep going. I'm like, oh, just keep going. But we still had to figure out what we were gonna really add to the top. So we kind of finished the lower, then kind of brainstormed some things and did a few sketches and stuff like that to kind of figure that out. So Kevin could take that and run with it for tomorrow to be able to come back and finish it. But overall, it wasn't a bad day at all.
Today it is day 4 and it is the final session to complete the whole entire leg sleeve. Which is weird that they call it a leg sleeve because it is not technically a sleeve, it is more like leggings. The concept that I ended up picking for the inner leg, it is a horse.
It's a big symbolism with that time period, and I think it'll flow out really well. Just the way that hoof is gonna go across the knee, it's gonna place well, shape the body nicely.
The horse is one of those projects that it has like a movement to it, because I'm gonna be placing it right on top of the knee area. So whenever he bends his knee, I want the leg of the horse to move with the knee. So it's definitely gonna add a lot of motion to this sleeve.
You always have your blue Gatorades. You got your peanut butter M&Ms. You get your protein, your fats, your sugars, Slim Jims, and then water. That's my same rotation. Every time I take a break, Gatorade, a few handful of M&Ms, a couple Slim Jims. Keep going for the whole day.
On the face of the horse, I am using a 14 rod liner with a voltage of a 5.0. I want to make sure that I add enough texture to it. That way it makes it look like it has a little bit of veins to it, a lot of just texture to the face, because the leg is very soft, so I want to contrast it with the face. I'm not going to be adding any texture or any shading to the front of the face, almost on the nose area, just because I want that to be center of attention. So when people see this leg sleeve, it's going to be very bright and they're going to be able to detect where the face is without making the whole sleeve confusing. The combination of the black with the white, having the black super thin and then the white super thick, really allows me to mix it together nicely so I can navigate smooth with a whole bunch of saturation, and I'm not even irritating the skin. It just goes in nicely.
Every time I would check in the mirror at a break was so cool because you could just see it work its way up. I think I'm gonna have to be a very social butterfly because I do think so many people are gonna comment on that, and now that the whole thing is done, the conversation is probably gonna be just that more expansive just because it's gonna have that much more to talk about and that much more to show. So I think it'd be really cool. I think I'm gonna have to switch my wardrobe too. I normally like wearing like longer pants. I'm gonna have to switch my wardrobe to a long top and shorts so I can always show it off so that way I can just be in public and let everybody see it.
So with that being said, thank you so much for coming back and watching this brand new video. I really appreciate you. And do you have a leg sleeve, and what part of the whole leg sleeve was the most painful part? Share it in the comment section. I'm gonna be reading all your stories like I usually do and reply to all of them. And thank you so much for showing so much love to my videos. I really appreciate that. So with that being said, if you're a tattoo artist, I hope you learned something from this video. And if you're a tattoo enthusiast, I hope you were entertained. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.